What's up YouTube, Speedy Superior here once again with another set. It has been a while because I've had a few technical issues in the past few days with, the software and everything. So I'm a little behind and I'm trying to catch up with everything. But today's Pokemon I decided to do Hawlucha. Hawlucha not being seen much in many other battles. It does have a pretty variety of moves that it can use. And I like its abilities, okay? So it has Limber, Unburden, and Mold Breaker. Mold Breaker meaning that the Pokemon that will have, for example, Sturdy, they won't have Sturdy anymore with Mold Breaker. Limber meaning that this Pokemon being a really fast Pokemon, it can't be paralyzed. That'd be really useful. And Unburden meaning that the speed is doubled whenever the item is lost or it's used or it gets taken away in any type of way. So I decided to do an Unburden Hawlucha first, and I decided to give it a Power Herb and go for Sky Attack. What Power Herb does is any move that it has to use 2 turns to power up, it will just do it in the same turn that it uses it. And Sky Attack takes 2 turns, that's 140 base power, and it has the 30% chance to flinch, and it has a high critical hit ratio. That's what Sky Attack does. So, let's see, that's where you lose your item basically, and then your speed is doubled. The EV spread here is Adamant, full speed, full attack, and just 4 on hit points. So now your speed is pretty much doubled, and if, for example, if you're in a battle with a level 100s, then your speed will be pretty high. It will be doubled and 335 doubled basically. And then I decided to do High Jump Kick, being a stab move for Hawlucha, and it does 130 base power. Let's see, but if you miss, 50% of your life gets taken away. It has that 90% accuracy, and I mentioned before how I feel about High Jump Kick, but it is good because it has a lot of power. So that's the only thing that makes me want to use it. And it's not that 90% accuracy is bad. It's just that for me, sometimes I don't have that much luck with High Jump Kick. Then Hawlucha also gets Iron Head for anybody that didn't know. And it has 80 base power, also a 30% chance to flinch, and that 100% accuracy, which is good. And it gives you the coverage against the fairy since you are a pretty high physical attacker. And then I decided to do Taunt, for example, if you want to use it on a status user, for example, Ferrothorn or Cresselia. You won't be able to do it on a Prankster user because they will go before you. But most likely for Cresselia and Ferrothorn and Fortress, you can always just use Taunt and stop them there. But if you don't want to use Taunt just for those specific Pokemon, you could go for Swords Dance, or you could go for something else, for example, Rock Slide, which will give you more coverage. But I just prefer Taunt because you never know. People might not really expect Taunt from a Hawlucha since Hawlucha isn't really used in most of the battles. I used one back in X and Y, not knowing much what to do with the Hawlucha, but it's a pretty good Pokemon either way. Then the second set, it's a Choice Band Hawlucha, and this time it has Limber, meaning it can't be paralyzed. So, what this Hawlucha has is Adamant, full attack, full speed, 4 hit points once again, but this time it's High Jump Kick, of course, it can't leave High Jump Kick out. Then there's X Scissors, but you could change that to U-Turn if you wanted to. I just prefer X Scissor. So, then there's Zen Headbutt, which has that 80 base power, 20% chance to flinch, but you could change it to Iron Head if you wanted to. It's just, see, it gives you coverage against other fighting types. And there's Drain Punch, so you can recover life, because Hawlucha doesn't have any other way to recover. But if you don't want to use Drain Punch, you can always choose a different move. For example, Fire Punch, or Thunder Punch. Just the elemental punches. You could use either one of those. If you notice here, it also gets Dual Chop or Brick Break if you want to break screens. Of course, it has a Choice Band, so the attack is increased by 1.5. So Hawlucha is going to be hitting pretty hard with this one, but you're going to be locked into a move. Imagine being locked into High Jump Kick. Then there's the third Hawlucha. This time is an expert belt. Limber again, adamant nature, but you could change limber to mold breaker if you wanted to. You can change at any moment. Same EV spread, but this time is U-turn, high jump kick, poison jab, and rock slide. Rock slide having that 30% chance to flinch other people, but it has that 90% accuracy. Poison jab, the 30% chance to poison the people, and it has 100 accuracy. High jump kick could hurt you 50% on your life, but it has a lot of power. And U-turn, of course, you switch out of the battlefield whenever you find that there's a terrible matchup. So that's pretty much the third one. Then the fourth, and of course I forgot to explain, expert belt, meaning that any move that's super effective against the opponent will do 1.2 more damage than what it normally would. You could change that to something else if you wanted to, for example, citrus berry, if you want to regain life, or leftovers if you want to be gaining life turn by turn. Even though I don't recommend it, I just recommend expert belt here, or if you want to use a choice band here as well, you can always use a choice band. But just moving on to the fourth one, this one is a Baton Passer. Did you know that Hawlucha could Baton Pass? But I didn't. I figured out today. So I decided to go with the impish nature. Then I didn't invest much in speed. I just gave it 4. It does have a base 118 speed, so it's going to be pretty fast either way. It's going to be able to outspeed any some Pokemon, not all of them, but not, it's going to be like half-half. Can outspeed half and then can't outspeed the other half. Then it's just full defense, full HP. And this time, it has a citrus berry and unburdened, but you could go for limber if you wanted to. Unburdened is just going to double your speed. But here's what it is, okay? So you could go for agility first if you wanted to. If you see that they use like a move that is not going to, you can take easily. You can just encore. Or if you don't want to use encore, you can always use detect. So change other moves for detect. Then there's Home Claws, which increases your attack and accuracy by 1 stage. Agility increases your speed by 2 stages. Of course, Baton Pass can't be missed. And Encore is just there so you can make the other opponent be stuck on a move. But if you fear that of the pranks or taunt users, you could just have a move that can help you here. For example, Drain Punch if you wanted to. Or you could just have Substitute right there. Either way. I just prefer Encore because you do get to make the other Pokemon just stick to one move and like for 3 turns. But that's pretty much Hawlucha. I really hope you enjoyed the movesets. I'm sure there's more movesets for Hawlucha. I just haven't found them yet. But these are the ones. The first 3 are the ones that have worked for me. I found out today that Hawlucha could Baton Pass, so that's new to me, and I'm gonna be trying that last set out myself. So if you want to use any of these, you could. That's why they're on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to that channel, you can subscribe for future videos. There's so much I have planned for March. Once again, I'm just really excited for March. March is really coming in with a lot of stuff, a lot of plans. And of course, if you like Hawlucha, just give it a thumbs up. Like the sets, give it a thumbs up. And thank you again for watching. And you have an amazing day today. Be safe.